Okay, guys, good morning. Welcome to Harrisonville High School. Class of 2027. How's that sound? Yeah. There we go. Okay. From here on out, that is how we will probably refer to you. Class of 2027. It's a little bit of ways. At the same time, it kind of puts, it's not at the same time, okay? We've pretty much got, 4 years here. Hopefully you all get in and out in 4 years and get you out of here. So, once again, we wanted to welcome you guys here and give you guys a little bit of an idea of what the goals of today are. And kind of what we're trying to accomplish here. So, I will start off. My name is Mr. Rorvik. I am the principal here at the high school. Okay? I'm going to give you a couple of other quick introductions, and I think I've got some other people coming here in just a little bit. When they step in here, I'll introduce them to you as well. So starting off with our counselors, I'm going to start with our freshman and sophomore level counselor. So in the sweet sports coat, that is Mr. Kavanaugh. He works a lot with our freshmen, so he would be the person that will help you guys if you have questions about schedule, or if you just need someone to talk to next year. That would probably, Mr. Kavanaugh will probably be your guys' counselor. Next we have Mrs. Bliss. So Mrs. Bliss works a lot with our junior students. By all means, though, you could always talk to any one of them that you want to. And then we also have Mrs. Zaring. Mrs. Zaring works a lot with our seniors, so as you guys get closer to graduation, she would be one you work with. She does a lot with career and college planning and making sure that our students are hitting all the requirements they need for graduation. Okay, so between the four of us, you will hear quite a bit today from each of us. So here we are, and like I said, when we get a couple of our other administrators I think are going to come down here in a little bit, I will introduce you guys to them as well. But I wanted to talk through a little bit of what we're trying to accomplish here today and what our goals are. We have not been able to do a transition day for quite a while. Probably about 3 years, I know since before COVID, I think was the last time that we were able to do that. So we really wanted to get you guys back into the building so that when you guys walk over here next year, when we start doing Meet the Teacher days, those sort of things, you don't feel completely and utterly lost when you walk into the building. Because I'm going to be brutally honest with you guys. The transition from middle school to high school is probably one of the biggest transitions you are going to be making in education. Okay? And the reason I say that, there are a number of things with that. Right now, you guys are the oldest, the biggest kids in your school as 8th graders. You will not be next year. Okay, you will be coming to school with 17 and 18-year-olds, and who are out working and driving, doing all that good stuff. That is a big transition. That is very different to go from being the oldest in the building to the youngest in the building. Okay, so we also understand that can be intimidating at times. So we want, when you guys walk in here day one, you feel at least a little bit more comfortable, because that fact is not going to be lost on us. You will still be freshmen. There will still be sophomores through juniors in this building here with you, okay? And on top of that, you are coming to a new building, which means you got to find out where everything in this building is, which some of you guys have probably been here enough to be familiar with certain things, but I'm going to tell you guys, I have been here. This is my 17th year at Harrisonville High School. I walk around with my keys sometimes. I still find new doors. I still find new closets, different places. It's amazing. So I imagine there are going to be classrooms, even if you've been here, you don't know where they're at. We move classrooms every year. We have new teachers every year. Okay? So with that being said, we want you to get familiar with the building, see where everything is at, so that you guys at least have a general idea of where you're going to be going next year. So with that, we are going to be doing some tours today. We're going to have some kids, some of our current students that are going to be walking you guys around and giving you tours of the building. Okay? The next thing, we also understand you are on a path now. When you come to high school, you are on the path towards graduation. You guys are going to hear some new terminology this year that you have not had previously. Okay, we are going to start talking through terminology as far as credits. Okay, if you have ever failed a class before, it probably has not followed you. We have a lot of kids that struggle with the transition of, we are now, if I fail classes in high school, that follows me for the next 4 years. Okay, so you're going to hear us talk a lot about credits and what the path to graduation looks like. On top of that, we're also going to talk about what the path to your future looks like. Because amongst you guys, there are people in here that are going to be going to college in 5 years. There are going to be people that are going to be going to trade school in 5 years. There are going to be people that are going to go straight to the workforce in 5 years. Okay? And we want to prepare you for whatever your future pathway may be. We want you to be prepared for that and ready to go. Okay? So, with that being said, we are going to talk a lot about how you set yourself up for that as a freshman. Okay? So, this is more or less what our schedule is going to look like today. When I'm done talking, I'm going to have, the counselors are going to talk to you guys a little bit about what credits are and how that works. After that, we are going to be doing our tours, correct? Tours come second. Third, we are going to then, after we do our tours, come back here, and I'm going to have some teachers come down here and talk to you guys. So what they're going to do is they're going to tell you, hey, if you want to go to college, this is what math needs to maybe look like for you the next 4 years. Okay? Or if you struggle in math, maybe this is the classes that you need to look at taking for the next 4 years. So that you guys can start planning out and plotting what high school is going to look like for you. So we're going to bring them in, and they're going to talk to you. When that is done, we're going to give you a really quick, short break. And then we are going to have a group of students come down, and they are going to talk to you. So we're going to have kids from all different backgrounds who are involved in a number of different things who are going to come in and talk to you guys just about what maybe that transition from middle school to high school looked like for them, and kind of give you guys some advice or what they would say will help you guys over the next 4 years. Okay? So, with that being said, I think I've got a couple in here. I want to give you guys a couple of introductions here real quick to some other important people in our building. So, first, Coach Maxwell. Coach Maxwell, woo, yes, thank you. There we go. I'm going to give Coach Maxwell the microphone here just for a second if he wants to say a couple words for you. Coach Maxwell is our activities director. And he is also our football coach. So if you play football, you probably know Coach Maxwell. But any athletics, he kind of helps oversee a lot of our activities programs. So I'm going to let him say a couple words.
Hey guys, welcome. I know this can be a little bit scary. Don't sweat the small stuff though. Enjoy this. It'll go by faster than you think it will, to be quite honest. If I had any suggestions for you when you get to the high school, I would say get involved. All right, we have so many more athletics and activities and clubs and things like that to be a part of here at the high school than you do at the middle school. And that's just because we're a little bit bigger. All right, so I would say get involved in those. I know it's hard to believe right now because you just don't know what you don't know, and it may seem overwhelming, but there are a lot of things that you can do. So your interests are going to change. To be quite honest, many of you, the friends that you have today, may not be the friends you have 4 years from now whenever you graduate. All right, you're going to meet new people, and you're going to find, again, your interests are going to change. You're going to go one way, and they're going to go another way. That don't mean you're going to dislike each other, but you may not spend as much time with each other. So have an open mind, get actively involved, and make the best of your high school career.
I see you all looking around at each other in amazement that you might not be friends with the person you're sitting next to. But Coach Maxwell knows what he's talking about. You never know. And I will tell you, a lot of what drives high school, guys, we do. We have clubs. We've got activity. We offer a lot more than what you guys have available to you right now in middle school. And that's just the nature of high school. So we will push you guys to find something. We feel like we have a little bit of something for everybody. So hopefully you find something that connects with you to get you involved in the school. Okay, second introduction I want to make. Officer Ramsey.
All right, good morning, guys. Just wanted to let you guys know I am the resource officer here at the high school, so if you need anything, come see me. As far as if you have something missing, stolen out of your book bag, or you left something behind, come find me. We have many people that I can reach out to help locate items that are missing or stolen, okay? We don't have a big problem with that or anything here, so main thing is just take care of yourself, take care of your property. Don't leave it laying behind, assuming somebody else will pick it up and give it back to you, because sometimes that doesn't happen. Consequences. We have consequences for good choices and bad choices, okay? Obviously, if you guys are all good, that's great. You're going to have great consequences and good results. So anyway, if you have any questions pertaining to law enforcement, or what if this happened at home last night, can you give me some advice? Sure. Come see me. I'll be glad to visit with y'all and help you as much as I can. So anyway, I'm always out and about in the hallways. My door is always open in my office. It's down by the cafeteria. So when you guys are getting your tours today, you'll see where my office is. Anyway, stop in and see me if you need anything, or if you don't need anything, stop in and see me. Okay, thank you.
Okay, Officer Ramsey, thank you. Okay, I've got another introduction here real quick. He just walked in for me. So in the back is Dr. Farnsworth. Look at that reception. Man. Dr. Farnsworth is our assistant principal. So he will work with you guys. We try and have as many positive interactions with you guys that we possibly can. Realistically, though, Dr. Farnsworth, we also he does some of our discipline. So hopefully none of you guys have to see him for that. But I will tell you guys, it is a reality of school sometimes that maybe we don't make the greatest choices. And if that's the case, you probably will talk with Dr. Farnsworth. Now, with that being said, I will let you guys know, you may hear this, you may not, expectations. I will tell you guys, when you guys step foot in the high school next year, my expectation, we want to treat you like a young adult, okay? There are some freedoms that come with being a young adult, and hopefully you guys make good decisions with that. At the same time, like I said, our expectations raise. I have to have many conversations with freshmen their first semester that say, we are not in middle school anymore. That is not middle school behavior. Okay? And I'm going to tell you guys, I'm going to hold you to that expectation starting here today. Okay? I hope I don't have to get on. I had to get on a kiddo yesterday. I hope I don't have to get on any of you guys today. Okay? For not acting. Like I said, when you're in the high school, my expectation is you're going to act like a young adult, act like a high schooler. So, understand that, and there's a maturity process. Hopefully we start making those good decisions, okay? And I think my last introduction, one that you might see, Miss Jones, is also back there. She's my secretary. Did you want the microphone? No? Okay. Okay. Oh, Steve. There we go. Steve is our head custodian here at the high school, so you will see him around as well. You will see him around as well. So I'm going to go ahead and take this moment to hand over the microphone to our counselors, and please give them your full attention.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you. Okay, just want to make sure we're still awake. I know it's a little rainy out there, and it's Friday morning, so it's been a long week. Welcome, class of 2027. Like Mr. Warwick said, it is a very challenging transition, but I want to reframe that a little bit and just say, get excited about it. Start getting excited about it now. You're going to be a little nervous as you start to, hear about all the classes and think about how am I going to choose everything and put it in my plan. But just start getting excited. Really listen to what the students are going to share today as well, because they're going to give you some thoughts, advice, tips, and all those things. All right, we're just going to take about 20 minutes or so, and we're going to start talking about what your academics looks like here in high school and how you start to, like he said, earn credits so that you're not failing classes, so that you can graduate in 4 years and a couple months, actually, 2027. So let me start by talking about what is a credit, okay? A credit simply means it is earned by successfully completing a semester class and or a year-long class as well. So each semester, all right, when you finish out and you take, final exams or final projects or whatever, you earn a passing grade and you will earn a credit, okay? So 3.5 credits each semester is typically what each student earns. We do have some upperclassmen that have chosen not to take their study center, and they've put in an 8th class. But I will say, even as the junior counselor in the first 2 weeks of school, I dropped more electives for students and added back in a study center because they kind of, bit off more than they could chew a little bit in terms of their expectations. So I encourage you to take advantage of that study center that you're going to have required next year and recommended the next 3 years, okay? So if we do 7 classes, we will enroll you in 7 classes, then you're going to earn 3.5 credits in first semester and 3.5 credits in second semester. So the end of your freshman year, you should have 7 credits. End of your sophomore year, you should have 14. Junior year, you should have 21. And then well on your way to 25.5, which is the graduation requirement, if you want to flip to the next slide. Okay? So a half a credit is a semester class, okay? So, am I good? Question, sir?
Okay, so that would mean, technically speaking, if you did like an extra class,
Right.
you would get up to probably 22, and then
Sure.
that first semester of your senior year, that first semester you would be up at the required amount.
You could graduate early, yes. Absolutely. Someone is on his game this morning. Yeah. So you can get 7 times 4. How many maximum credits could you get if you enrolled in 7 classes each of 4 years? 28. All right. Good job, Miss Ludington. Well done. I know. Okay. So yes, there is a little bit of a cushion at 25.5, okay? But not a huge one. And most students, you're here full-time anyway because most of you are going to be involved in something and or even work release or something your senior year. So you're probably going to get more than what you need, all right? But start thinking about that now. What do you think the minimum grade is that you have to earn to receive a credit? C, okay. Other ideas? A D plus, all right. A D.
You mentioned the passing grade.
I did.
So that would be anything above an F.
Anything above an F. Technically a D minus or higher, which as we're recording today's presentation for parents as well to put on the website, I know that 95 to 99% of your parents probably want you to get higher than Ds, all right? Because a lot of the opportunities, even at the Cass Career Center, where some of you have had them visit and you visited in your career exploration class, requires a minimum of a 2.5 GPA, which is basically a BC average, okay? You can get a C average and be pretty close to a 2.5, okay? So shoot for higher goals, aim higher, okay? So I like that, a lot of you are already thinking passing should be C's or better. That's a good goal to set. But yes, technically a D minus would get you a half a credit for that semester, okay? So real quickly, we're going to go through this total. You'll hear it a lot over the next month and then over the next 4 years. But you'll be taking English all 4 years, math for 3, social studies for 3, and science for 3. Okay, so those are your cores. Then we start to look at, we take our electives, I think you guys still call them explos maybe in your building. We split those into categories. We have fine arts, we have practical arts, we have physical education, and then we have the required health and personal finance, and then we have the additional electives which you take above and beyond any of those above categories and such, okay? So 25.5, okay? Half of those, 13 of them are your core classes, all right? Okay, we're going to flip through these because our teachers are going to talk about those a little bit later today. I just want to briefly remind you or mention the Cass Career Center. Next year, because we don't have a representative coming to talk later in the departments, but next year for the Cass Career Center, you are allowed to take Agriculture Science 1 or Marketing 1, or I think it's just called Marketing. If you're interested, okay, looking ahead, some of you may already be thinking about some of the block programs, or we're starting to call it half-day programs, basically. They would take up 4 out of your 8 periods of the day, but they are through the Cass Career Center. So those are the welding, the automotive, the construction, the criminal justice, etc., okay? So as we're looking at your 4-year plan here in a bit, be thinking ahead if that's something you're interested in, because you're going to have to block out 4 hours, 4 blocks of it. Yeah.
Also, when there was the credit thing,
Yeah.
why is language arts so much higher than the others?
Why do they require 4 years of English? Honestly, it's just been that way since a long time. I graduated here like over 30 years ago, and it was that required then. Yeah.
I think I know why it's so high. It's because it's like 1 credit for each year.
Right, absolutely. You're going to take all 4 years of English. Yeah. Briefly, I think some of you have heard also about Summit Tech Academy. That is similar to the Cass Career Center. They have some different programs up there. Those are also half-day programs. All right. And also, this PowerPoint is going to be shared in your Google Classroom that will set you up, and it's a link on our website as well. So if you need to go back and look at this, you'll be able to access that later. Dual credit, I'll let Ms. Zaring touch briefly on that as she talks about college stuff here in a minute. I think we have just the eligibility slide. What's next? Oh, A+. Okay. A+ program, essentially that is a Missouri-funded Missouri program for any of you that qualify, meet a certain amount of requirements, and then you could be able to have or receive almost free tuition to a community college, which is like a 2-year college, if you're familiar, like Longview, which is up in Lee Summit, State Fair Community College over in Sedalia, things like that. Okay, so parents I know probably have mentioned that. You may have an older sibling that graduated with A+ certification, but basically it does start now in terms of when you start in August, because you have to, again, earn a 2.5 GPA, which is your grade point average is calculated based on the letter grades you earn. So an A is worth more than that D-, okay, to get you to that minimum 2.5 GPA for A+. Good attendance, 95% or better, no major discipline issues, so we call that good citizenship, and then scoring proficient or advanced on your math EOC, which it could be the Algebra 1 if you're taking that this year, or it could be your later on in high school in Algebra 2. Or on a state assessment or another assessment like the ACT. Okay? Just briefly, Coach Maxwell mentioned getting involved. So I just want to mention that starting next August, all of you will start out with eligibility, okay, to be able to do a fall sport or a fall activity that is MSHA related, okay? But once you are here for 1 semester, then your eligibility is determined then by how well you do the previous semester. So again, you have to earn at least 3 credits. Remember I said 3.5 is what you can earn? So you have to at least pass or earn credits for 6 out of 7 of your classes. So again, not really a lot of room for